Welcome back to Key Point. We're live on 3FM 92.7, also on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, and on DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com. I would first of all want to indicate that I acknowledge all the messages that I have received this morning. This is 2,000... about 2,000 messages. We obviously cannot read all of them. So I want to say thank you very much to all of you who have sent us messages. I'll do my best to read a few. This one from lawyer Richmond Roxon says, the allegations are serious and also cast a slur on the Attorney General and the office he occupies. It borders on ethics of a lawyer. Sometimes when an issue which borders on ethics comes up in court during trial, judges refer the matter to the General Legal Counsel to investigate. Yeah. I hope this matter is investigated thoroughly, you say. This one here also says, an unchallenged pleading or submission in court is presumed as an admission. And so I would want Honorable Chinia to understand that from that perspective, if Sami Jemfi makes the point that this is gone beyond just an allegation, to the extent that this is a pleading or a submission that was made in court without any challenge by the Attorney General who was present in person, it is presumed as an admission. So I should ask Wilberforce why the Attorney General failed to respond to Jagba on record in court. Wilberforce Mensah, who speaks for the Attorney General, is also a private legal practitioner. He went off at a point because he's also on another program, from what I hear. So that's how come we couldn't get him. And I have another one here also says that in the words of Honorable Chinia, which I know, and did I hear him say he's not defending the Attorney General? Yes, he said that. He says he's not defending the Attorney General. So thank you. This one here says, good morning. And good morning to your panelists. It says this conversation this morning cannot be exhausted this morning. I tell you, the two issues that you have put on the table, Alfred, SNAIT and matters arising, is one that I would suggest to your producers you need one full day to discuss. The decision by Brian Champon to purchase the SNAIT assets, I'm sure what you say, raises questions of, in your view, beyond just corruption, you say. Lawyer Sosu.
Can I read something to you after?
Yes. Lawyer Sosu, who's a member of parliament for the Madina constituency, also says the court extract of the testimony of Mr. Jagba is damning and casts a serious slur on the integrity of our justice system. If indeed the learned Attorney General has engaged in acts that are alleged by the witness, it would be appropriate for him to resign or step aside from the prosecution of the case in issue for him to be fully investigated. It's a long one from you, Lawyer Sosu, Member of Parliament for the Madina constituency. This one here also says that I would want to wait for the NDC to bring out their evidence as well. Until then, I would be on the side of Honorable Chinia on this matter. Thank you very much. Emmanuel from Nungwa.
Okay. There's been some messages, people trying to understand this issue of plea bargain.
No,
I wanted to read some portions of the plea bargain act, just two sections.
Just that portion.
It says that it says that a person charged with a criminal offense may at any time before judgment negotiate with the Attorney General for a plea agreement. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then 162B says, or 162C says, sorry. Okay, where the accused person is represented by counsel, the plea negotiation shall be between the prosecutor and counsel for the accused. Then 162C, the plea negotiation referred to in 162A may be initiated by, so it tells you who can initiate it. Then 162C3, the prosecutor, the accused person, or the counsel for the accused person shall give notice to the courts in writing of the commencement of the plea negotiations. Now, the key point here is that the court has not been notified that any plea negotiations is going on. And that even if plea negotiations were to go on, it had to be done through the lawyers, since the parties are represented by counsel.
Thank you very much.
What we are talking about has got nothing to do with plea bargaining.
Okay, the Edem King says Ghanaians voted NPP at a point, also voted NDC, and come back to the NPP to correct the wrongs of the NDC. It seems we were wrong. Now, equalization is what we are on now. And the wrong things that were done are now being used to square off the wrong things being done today, you say. This one here says, I worked for 37 years and I'm taking home 50,000 CDs. Somebody who has managed a hotel for 6 months and taking home $18,000. Mercy Lord, George Dovlo. Thank you very much for that one. We have so many of your messages coming through, and I acknowledge all of them. Thank you very much for all these messages. In fact, they still remain on our message console on our Facebook as well. Keep the conversation going in there. The SML full report was released this week, and a number of things. We'll put portions of it on the screen, and I'll just take a couple of minutes from you, all three of you, gentlemen, respectfully. This one, the first point that is captured in the full KPMG report, which we do know, is that SNIT, I beg your pardon, this GRA entered into 6 service contracts with SML without PPA approval. We'll put that on the screen as we go on. And that is instructive, to say the least. And the first is the 1st June 2018 Transaction Audit Service, Contract Extension, 1st January 2019, External Price Verification Service, April 1, 2019, and then it continues. Consolidation Services Agreement, Measurement Audit of Downstream Petroleum Products, Addendum to Measurement Audit for Downstream. All these GRA entered into with SML, utilizing the single source method without obtaining approval from PPA. There were some taxes that were supposed to be paid to GRA as well, which were never done. And then also SML, in fact, in a number of instances, the KPMG report also said they contacted some stakeholders in this space. A number of them, over 50% of them, said that the services SML were providing were needed. At some point as well, after the contract of West Blue ended, SML was engaged, and based on the KPMG report, they were also more of providing the same service as ICOMS, duplicating the service as ICOMS, even before this petroleum agreement actually came in. Well, I mean, beyond this release, after the earlier position by the presidency, the president says he's waived that right to do so. What has to be done? For you, civil society, you called for this. Ghanaians called for this. We are now seeing the details of it beyond what the presidency put out earlier. What has to be done going forward?
So one thing is very clear, going straight to it, we have to look at what we've lost. You see that the report, though it's very, very soft on SML. And of course, you can understand why the president chose KPMG, because they know that government has dealings with KPMG. So KPMG will be very charitable, right? When it comes to the most critical part of the report, which is the loss. So you see that they've not quantified the loss. And going through the report, you see that the terms of reference didn't actually talk about quantifying losses. Rather, the president was interested in benefits. Benefits which are not properly articulated. So for me, it's clear that we should be looking at getting the losses together and doing a prosecution, because the report admits that there are parts that SML did not deliver. So I'm talking about, so if you look at the scope, the point I was making, page 42, the scope of the assignment.
Right.
If you go through needs assessment, contracting methodology, contract performance, value and benefits, financial arrangements, then recommendations. You see, I didn't talk about the losses. And that's where, and that was the genesis of this whole thing, that, listen, there was causing financial loss being orchestrated by Oforiatta. NAPO was not happy about it. NAPO was very vehement against it. He's not in favor of this report. This SML deal. And when you read through, you see Minister of Energy saying that no, they don't like this. They don't like this, right? Mm-hmm. So you see that the president skewed the assignment. He didn't talk about any losses, but he's interested in benefits. Benefits which, as I've said, when you read through there, they don't have the most up-to-date machines. And you know, as we make the point that this KPMG report is skewed, one other way of knowing it is that when you read from page 195 onwards, you see that they interviewed everybody else apart from Manasseh. Apart from Manasseh, then I said, oh, KPMG, please. If you could have just even interviewed him and not used it. But to have left Manasseh out, the man who did the investigations and brought this out, that tells you that KPMG is not up to scratch. You're
expecting...
Yes. You are talking to everybody. They say they are talking to people to get insights. If you are looking for insights, the first person to get insight from would be the one who did the documentary that led to all of this. But KPMG never spoke with Manasseh, never contacted the team. So you would see that this all been done in such a way as to please President Akufo Addo, because his family is suffering a lot of this. Yeah, because Oforiatta is his family. And it's Oforiatta who is orchestrated this deal, of course, and we see we've lost. So it's all about prosecution. So if
that is not done by the president, will civil society take this up?
Absolutely.
Or yourself, you?
Yeah, we'll be interested.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be interested.
Right.
So this one, if they don't, the least we'll do is that we'll wait when the president is out of government, then bam, and that's just about 6 months away. Okay. And the Amishadai and the rest, they have to go to court for this.
In a couple of minutes on this one as well. I mean, you have also read through, I'm sure, is it this at over 306 pages? Which aspect of the report have you seen that should be of interest to all of us in the spirit of accountability?
Well, I must actually admit that I have not had the opportunity of reading the whole text. But when you look at reports that came up, it was established that the need for an entity to monitor the system was a necessity. But the contracting procedure, of course, has some challenges. When you look at the report or excerpts of the report that I have read. And I feel that we must commend the president for taking Manasseh's report and acting on it. And my mentor, the lawyer, at least should I also see that all what Manasseh wanted to expose, he's my friend, all what he wanted to expose about the deal was contained in his expose. Oh. I mean, so that one itself is a documentary evidence that the KPMG, used or relied on. It was part of because just like talking to him, because he had done an investigation and he came out with some findings and all that. So it was enough, even though I feel if they had contacted him, better.
After sometimes you finish writing a script, when it's even gone, then you say, I should have.
I appreciated that. But it is not also the case that his opinion and his recommendations were not taken into account, because the basis for this whole investigation emanated from his investigation. So certainly the president acted on the basis of Manasseh's investigation that revealed certain things that were untoward toward the state in this deal. And I say we should commend the president because when this matter came up, he actually stopped the agreement. And you realize at a certain point, GRA itself wrote to the president requesting that if they could allow the equipment installed to be working whilst they investigate. The president disagreed. And when the report came out, I mean, the president gave his opinion on it. But let me finish by saying that, lawyers, you know that the Right to Information Bill in Section 5 is very clear that information on the basis of opinion and all that to the president, the vice president,
right,
may not, I mean,
okay.
So the president was
Section 17
Thank
is
you.
stronger.
Thank
Section
you.
17 says you can release it. For
thank you,
public
gentlemen.
interest.
Thank you. Mr. Jemfi, quickly.
Well, the president doesn't deserve any commendation in this matter.
He deserves commendation. It's your
He
uncle.
tried to conceal and cover up this unconscionable corrupt scandal, but for pressure from civil society, agencies like Media Foundation for West Africa, Manassas, Fourth Estate, lawyer Martin Pebu, the media, and all of us, he would have cleared and covered up this as we have known him to be, a corruption clearing agent. Again, I agree with lawyer Martin Pebu that KPMG's report in many parts make flawed, conclusions. Okay. However, even with the findings in this patently flawed reports, there are many damning issues which go to show that the scandal is worse than we thought.
Yeah.
Number one, the illegalities have been confirmed. We are not talking about mere challenges like Honorable Chinia said. The procurement law was breached. The Public Financial Management Act has been breached. The GRA Act has been breached, and all these constitute crimes, especially the lack of parliamentary approval. If you check the Public Financial Management Act, it constitutes a crime. The payment to SML was not 1 billion cedis as the president told us he lied. According to the KPMG report, it was in excess of 1.4 billion cedis. The shocking part of it is that GRA-SML, which was supposed to be a tax master, checking people defrauding the state in taxes, itself is not paying taxes. It's not filing its tax returns and owes the state to the tune of 38.5 million cedis in taxes. These and many more are contained in this report. It stinks to the high heavens, and President Mahama has said that he will not honor it. Prosecutions will be done, and the stolen monies will be retrieved for development.
In fact,
before we sign up,
this is one that we're going to be serializing every single way. Thank you, gentlemen.
Let me make a small announcement. The people of Accra and Ghanaians will not forgive me if I allow the Deputy Minister for Sanitation to go without lamenting.
Deputy Minister for Sanitation, thank you. Thank you. Also to you, thank you very much, Lawyer Martin Pebu, and also to you, Sami Jemfi, and then also we had Samuel Okudetwa Blakwa, and then also a rep from the TUC joining us. And I was clothed by Willis Clothing Empire today. So hold on, I was clothed by Willis Clothing. Hold on. I was clothed by Willis Empire this morning. Willis Clothing Empire. Please make some time and visit them on social media. A happy birthday to my producer, Abdallah Mohammed.
Today is Abdallah's birthday.
Yes, today is Abdallah's birthday.